In this tutorial I will be explaining keyframing and layers within Adobe After Effects. So let's open up After Effects. Okay, first of all I need to import some files. So Command I or Control I for Windows, and I'll just drag these files, open them up, and here you can see them in the project window. Just create a new composition as well, Command N or Control N for Windows. Okay, and I'll just drag a couple files onto them now. I'll quickly move these just to show you what is happening. Resize them very quickly. Okay, so here we have two separate layers with two separate files, and here are the layers displayed within the timeline here, each file represented by its own layer. So we have many options available already. The first option is visibility. This will hide any layers that you select. When rendering, only layers that have the visibility turned off can be rendered. Okay, the next option is audio. This mutes any audio within the layers if the layers do have any. The next option is solo. This hides all the layers which aren't selected, allowing you to focus on single layers within your composition. The next option is the lock layers. This allows you to lock the layers, meaning that you can't move them or transform them in any way. This next feature is the label. If you click on the little box there, you can change the colour of the label and the layer itself. This just allows you to organise layers into groups. This is the numeric order of the layers. Here you have the name of the layers. You can also change the name of these layers if you right click and select rename. It also comes up with many other options and effects, but I won't go into that in this video. Okay, the mode, this changes the appearance of the layer. So hue, for example. This is the preserve underlying transparency. If you click in these little boxes, it will make the layers transparent, also allowing you to just focus on one layer within your composition. The next feature is the parent-child layers. This allows you to link files together similar to grouping. If you just click and hold on this little whip tool and then drag it onto the name of the file layer which you wish to link, and there you can see in the drop box that reuse bags is linked to rain and litter PNG. Okay, another important feature is the hierarchy of layers. So if I just quickly create a new solid layer, right here you can see that the other layers have disappeared because the solid layer is on top of the other two layers. So if I quickly move the solid layer to the back, to the bottom, there you can see that layers on top of the first layer are visible. So any layers that are at the bottom of this hierarchy will be shown, be put at the bottom of the composition, and any layers at the top will be put at the front of the composition. The next part of this video is the keyframing. Keyframing is used to animate everything within Adobe After Effects. So if you just see this little arrow here within your layers, just click on that and this will expand the layers into the transform option here. If you just expand this as well, you have many options available within the transform. These are different aspects that you can change of this particular layer. So for position, for example, I can move the position. Now you can see that the parameters change. Okay, so in order to create a keyframe, you must first click on the little stopwatch. Yeah, and as you can see, it's created a keyframe within the timeline. So now I can move everything and nothing will happen if I play it. So in order to create another keyframe, I can either move the playhead to another layer and click on the little diamond there, and see that's turned yellow, so now it has created another keyframe. So if I just move the position again there, you can see that it has animated the path there. So if I send that back and press start, you can see the playhead that is animated and is playing. You can also just drag the playhead and then change the numerical value of the parameter, and it will create a keyframe without having to select the add or remove keyframe feature. Here you have many different options. You have the anchor point. This allows you to move the point in which they will be animated from within the image. You have the position, which allows you to change the position of the file within the composition. Scale allows you to change the size of the file, and the rotation allows you to rotate the file within your composition, and finally the opacity. This changes the visibility from 0 to 100. Once again, you can either left click on the numbers and enter the values, or you can just slide the values along and it will change it there. And you can just reset all of the values to the default settings for the layer. Okay, using the stopwatch, if you do click on the stopwatch again, it will disable keyframes and will delete all keyframes which you have created for that particular layer. So only use that stopwatch once, and then either move the playhead and press the diamond tool there, or move the playhead and just change the numeric value of the parameters. In order to change the value on any keyframes, you can either double click and this will bring up another dialog box for the keyframe. So this is position, and you can change the position there. As you can see, that the animation path moves as well, or you can change the Y or X axis. This is measured in pixels as a default setting, or you can change them to inches, millimeters, or percentage of source or composition, and then just press OK to accept the changes, or cancel to obviously cancel them. Okay, and that is the end of the keyframing and layers video. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments box and I'll get back to you. Thank you and goodbye.